All right, here we go with Pliny 7.27, his letter about ghosts. He writes to his friend Sura. So, leisure provides an ease both of learning for me and of teaching for you, or of like explaining maybe. Therefore, I would wish very much to know. And now this scire is introducing the indirect question that putes is the verb of, and then putes has indirect statements depending on it. Okay. So therefore, I would wish very much to know, like, whether you think that ghosts exist and have like their own shape and some kind of like divine power or authority. Or are they, right, the phasma, the ghosts, like illusory and empty? Or do you think that they, illusory and empty, hold like a figure or a shape from our fear? I am led in the first place, in the first things, to believe that they exist by means of this, because I hear it happened to Curtius Rufus. He, still like modest, like kind of poor and unknown, had clung to the guy like holding Africa as a companion, had clung as a companion to the guy, like the governor, basically, of the province of Africa. Within sunset, or like, it's awesome, within the day having been bent backwards, he was walking around on his deck or on his porch. The figure of a woman, more like taller, I think, and more beautiful, like presented herself to him. Or I'm sorry, taller and more beautiful than a human, offered him, like presented herself to him. He, like, we don't really need this period here because this is dative, because AE is dative. She said to him, terrified, that she was Africa, and that she was like a foreteller of future things. And continuing, she said, now we have implied essays for all these future infinitive, or all these future participles, that he would go indeed or truly to Rome, and he would like manage his political offices, and also with like the highest like imperial power, like the highest power invested by the state, he would return into that same province, and he would die there. All these things happened. Meanwhile, it is said that the same figure is said to have run into him approaching Carthage and departing from his ship on the shore. Certainly, he himself, having been like affected, when he was like affected by disease, having like predicted the future things from the things that had already passed, and bad things from the favorable things that had like already passed, he abandoned the hope of health, even with no one of his like close people despairing of it. We'll pause there.